Hello everyone, welcome to update 8. This video is going to be about the new Millhouse River Studios turntable that I just got, as well as the updates to the room renovation. So please stay tuned for some exciting updates, and like and subscribe if you like what you see. So here I am trying to get the packaging open. I had to cut the tape and then discovered after I cut the tape that it was stapled down. Each of the cardboard pieces was stapled down with packing staples. So it's really packed really well. You can see I'm struggling pulling the staples apart, getting it apart, and then when you finally get the last flaps open, you'll see that it has some custom foam added to keep it in the center of the box. It's a really quite well packed, and I think you should have it safely arrive if you purchase one of these. Next, once you get it out of the box, there's another piece of cardboard to take off, and it reveals the turntable. Underneath this cover is all the parts that you ordered in addition to your order, taped to the top. In my order was a laser cut cab, some SLA parts to go inside the cab that'll have to be detailed and painted. And then in this package, we have the electronics for the turntable. We have a power supply and a keyboard and its bezel, as well as an RS-232 connection for TMCC. Next, there are two zip ties that you have to clip off in order to be able to lift the bridge off the turntable. One of my clip ties was broken, but it still arrived just safely. And as you lift it up, you pull off the connector. The connector is for the outside track rails, and the center connector is actually uses the wheels that ride on the turntable tracks to give the power. So I thought that was pretty cool. Underneath you have the track power that you attach to the two wires as shown here. Then you plug in the phone-like cable into the keyboard as well as the board underneath the turntable, and you plug in the power supply. The first thing you do is home the turntable by hitting 2nd, 8, and enter, which will home the turntable. The turntable has a switch and a little cam that will engage with the switch, as shown here as it's doing its finishing home routine. Next, we'll program a switch position. We press enter, 5, and then the number of counts. I'm putting 2000 in this case. And you notice it doesn't go to my 9 o'clock position, so I want to adjust that. So I press 2nd, 5, 2, 1, 5, 0, enter. And that's perfect. Next, I save the track by pressing 2nd, 1, and then the track number 0, 1, enter. And since I'm done, I press clear. Now we're ready to use it. We press 0, 1, up arrow to get the cab to line up with our calibrated position. This is what I call the drive on direction. You notice with the blue tape here, I have marked off where it should go, and it precisely gets there. If you press track 1 down arrow, it rotates the turntable 180 degrees, and I like to call this the drive off position. So basically, if you have an engine that drove on and you want to turn it completely around, you press the track and then the down arrow, and it rotates it 100 degrees, exactly where you need it to go. I think this is one of the coolest features of using the touchpad, is that basically you can turn your train around and get it off on the same whisker track. And you'll notice that the other end, the non-cab end of the turntable, lines up perfectly. There are other parts of the bridge that have to be assembled and weathered, etc., which I've never done before, so those will be probably in their bags for quite some time. They've got good instructions. They show you how to put together the cab itself, and also there's some messages on the bridge about running the LED through here and not gluing the cab floor to the building itself, so you can take it off easily. Overall, I just think this product is well executed and highly recommend it. In this last part of the video, I'll talk about my progress on the room itself. I had to get a new caster for my Unisaw mobile base so that I could move the base out of the way so I could get through the garage with the refrigerator and all the other things I was throwing out. So now the Unisaw is over to the right. I got the rest of the studs in, drilled holes for the wires, wrapped the wires through the studs, and I started working on taking out the rest of the studs that were around heating vents and things like that, because I thought it would be cooler to have kind of this industrial look in the basement. Interestingly enough, the I-beams are made from Bethlehem steel, which I thought was pretty cool. I might paint over the words so I can see that better. Kind of fun. There's still some layout tables around, and I've dismantled all those and got those all out to the trash. So pretty much the room is pretty empty, except for some of the leftover 2x4s, which I'm thinking I might use in a table construction. I'm not sure. Thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe and tell others about the channel. Thanks.